welcome back to Ask Nikki P. I am going to jump right into the email question. Hi Nikki, I need your advice. My fiance broke up with me. We have been together for 3 years, engaged 1 year. After a small fight, he told me he didn't know if he wanted to still be with me. He said he was unhappy and felt like I forced him to propose. He said he doesn't want to be with me anymore and he doesn't want to marry me. We have been living together for almost a year and he packed all of his things and he's just left me here. I'm so hurt and I don't know what to do. Okay, so it's like more of a statement than a question, but I want to kind of, I guess I can kind of speak to that a little bit. First off, I'm really sorry. I can imagine that that's really hard and really painful, and I don't really know what I would do. I think what I would do if I was in that situation, I would say, hold tight to the people that love you, your family, your friends, and let them like love on you during this time, because giving them the opportunity and not just like secluding yourself away, but reaching out to them and letting them take care of you is a good thing. And that's part of what relationships are for, you know, and you would want to be there for your friend or family member if they were going through that. So hold tight to the people that you love, first off. Second off, I would say I would take this time, if you haven't already, to really, I know I say this all the time, but to dive in to the things that you love. I really think there's something like powerful about having a passion for something and feeling like you're really contributing and creating and expressing yourself. And there's something therapeutic about it. There's something just like, I don't know, exciting about it. It can help take your mind off of, you know, very stressful situations if there's nothing you can really do about it. You know, like if he's left and he's saying he doesn't want to marry you, you obviously can't control someone, and you obviously don't want to be married to someone that has told you that you've forced them to get engaged to you, if that makes sense. So I would recommend really going out and really diving into the things that you love and pursuing the things that you love. And if you don't know what that is yet, I would recommend just getting involved in things that interest you. I know I always say like your passion and things that you love, and sometimes people are like, well, how do you know that? You know, I feel like we're taught so much in life, like we go to school, we do this, we do that, that sometimes when you're given the option, like, well, what do you love? What do you want to do? Sometimes that's hard to figure out, and I think the easiest way to do it is to take the pressure off of like passion and like, what do you love? And just like, well, what interests you? Like, do you really like, I don't know, painting? Like, just buy some paint supplies, start painting. Do you really like to write? Do you really enjoy like kids? Do you want to go and get involved? Like maybe your church, you could volunteer at like in the kids wing or whatever. Maybe you could, do you enjoy like, I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing out random things. Are you really into animals? Could you go volunteer at like an animal shelter? Like really anything that you just like. The key is just kind of getting up and moving forward, because even though there is a time for grieving and sadness, and you do have to kind of sit in that, because you know, I've said this before in a video, you don't want to just like completely ignore all emotion and just push everything to the side. Sometimes action and actual like pointed action, not just like, just a good time to party kind of action, but like, I'm going to do something that makes me feel happy and fulfilled and I love this. Like that kind of action can take your mind off of the negative things that you can't control. So, yeah, that would be my advice to you. And I'm really sorry that you're going through this. That's really, really hard. So, yes, that would be my advice. As far as the Twitter question, let's open this up. Okay, how do you deal with people who are shallow? Twofold. First thing, sometimes I myself am very shallow. I really like shopping, I really like sparkles, I really like pretty colors. Like sometimes I am very shallow too, and I actually think there is a place for being shallow sometimes, because like I said before, life can be challenging and hard, and sometimes just talking about shallow, funny things is actually nice. Like there's a lot of hours in the day and a lot of space to fill things up, so like you can go and pursue your passion and go and work your job and work on your relationships, but sometimes just having fun and kind of being shallow is just kind of nice. It's not so intense. So I don't think that like if someone is shallow, you should just like cut them out of your life. Like, how do you deal with them? It's just kind of like, all right, so they're like my shallow friend. They're like fun and chill to be around. Like, it's fine. As far as like, I'm trying to think, how do you deal with people who are shallow? You know, if someone is just, I don't know, you just don't have to be around them 24/7. You know, you take each friendship for what it is. I'm kind of slowly starting to learn that as well. Like, no one can be your everything, not your husband, not your friend. Like, no one can be everything. So you kind of, you know, take people for what they are. And if you have a friend who's really shallow, then you know not to go to that friend if like you're having a really hard time, because they're not the friend that's gonna speak into your life. But maybe they're the friend that, like, if you're feeling like, gosh, I just really need to laugh and relax, maybe they're the friend that you go to for that. So I just think it's important for us all to realize, which you guys probably do, but it's taken me a long time. I didn't even like, that concept didn't even cross my mind till a few years ago, till like a mentor at my church said that, when she was like, Nikki, no one can or should have or be everything to you. Like, there is no like, your friend is out there waiting who will have everything. Like, she was like, it just doesn't exist. Like, people have different strengths and weaknesses just like you. And that seems like such a duh concept, but bless my heart, that just never occurred to me. So yeah, I would just take the friend as they are, take people as they are, and yeah, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Send your messages to asknickyp@gmail.com or hashtag asknickyp. Also, guys, Shayna and I have been talking about like kind of changing up the format of this show. So I want your guys' suggestions. I know like every time I've ever asked you guys for help for anything in the past, you guys always come up with like the best ideas, and we're kind of starting to run into the same problem that we ran into the last time I was doing Ask Nikki videos, which is that I know a lot of you guys have said that the questions kind of start to get really similar, or my answers start to get really similar. And the thing is, I was saying to them that I feel like there are a lot of things like that cover lots of issues. You know what I mean? Like, communication kind of covers a lot of issues. Like, getting involved in a church group kind of covers a lot of issues. So I give a lot of the same answers because they help with a lot of things. And I'm not a psychologist or a therapist, so I can't really say step 1, you're gonna do this, step 2, you're gonna do that. So, but I want to help. So any suggestions or ideas or thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section, because you guys always come up with such great like solutions and ideas, and it's really helpful. So with that being said, I will see you next time, and I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Bye. It's not like once you're not a baby anymore, it's like, geez, you should have this handled. It's like, life is complicated and hard, which I actually really hate saying, because I feel like that always paints life as like really depressing and just like sad.